Hi there, Serial Trader here. Let's just have a quick check-in with weed since it actually traded today. Now the US market's traded only till 1 p.m. Eastern and they're closed tomorrow. So I'll just point out the volume, even on weed actually on the Canadian side here, extremely low, which I suppose is to be expected with this abbreviated holiday trading week. A lot of institutions or individuals, for that matter, are likely just not even involved in the markets this week. Hence the low participation showing up as low volume here. And today in weed, we only had 3.89 million shares traded, and you see that's well below even this 20 period moving average for volume, which would be around 7.5 million, and certainly well below anything we've seen in the last multiple trading sessions here. And that actually gives less concern for being a down day. And actually on a closing basis, so we'd essentially closed flat from where it previously closed last week on Friday there, okay? So it's from the Friday's closing price, it's essentially flat, down 2 cents. So we closed at 38.42 on Friday, and we closed at 38.40 today. So really, we've done a whole lot of going nowhere so far. Now, if I go in, well, I'll just show CGC for a moment. You see CGC just had an inside day, so certainly nothing menacing there, even in relation to yesterday's trading action, right? And we'll go with the weed wave chart here. So no key levels have been broken here, and really the key level is still going to be that 36.17, which would actually probably warrant a bearish trade at that point. But I mean, there's a possibility, even though I have this as ABC down and done for 2, and that's still possible, we could still be just working, some sort of unusually long small degree second wave correction, or we could be working something like this, right? Where this is A, we're working to see something of this nature, and we just have this more long, drawn-out, time-consuming ABC, and of course that fits well because we have a sharp slope here for A, then we have, so far, it looks like a corrective advance for B, and now we're having this very shallow meandering C wave. So the C wave slope is shallower than the A wave slope, and I'll just get rid of some of these subwaves since they're not developing just yet, just to clear this thing up a bit. And then we'd have this larger 2, more time consuming, and then we could draw another channel. Okay, so we could draw this channel, and maybe we'll have a reaction off the middle of this channel, because obviously going down to the bottom of the channel at the current pace, by the time we got down there, we'd actually be making new lows, so that wouldn't work from that perspective. I'll just get rid of this channel for now as well. So I'm not saying that this is necessarily the case, but certainly if we take out this level, even just slightly, that would be a more likely labeling scheme for what's going on here. And if we just get some fib levels here, so some relationships, so equality would be extremely deep, but wouldn't actually take out the 36.17 low. That would get us down to 36.53. So we could hit equality, which is the most common relationship, although it'd be extremely deep. Or there's a possibility that we hit this 618 relationship, okay? Although that would make a new low below this A wave, and that would come in at 37.84, okay? So a couple levels to watch. And then of course we actually have just the 786 retracement of this initial, what's currently labeled as 1 up, okay? Even though it could be A up or whatever. And that comes in at 37.20. So we'll see. This will likely still trade with fairly low volume tomorrow, even though Canadian markets are open, because it seems like a lot of liquidity, even in other markets, comes from the U.S. Participation. So just keep that in mind. And we might just have another real non-eventful flat day. That's certainly possible. And I wouldn't read too much into it when there's just such low volume, because it's not as meaningful as having everyone participating and having price action that just has more depth to it, right? So still favoring some short-term higher levels to complete this overall pattern to the upside, whether it develops into something more trending or if it's just a corrective bounce and then we go down again. It still looks incomplete to the upside before that happens. And obviously line in the sand, absolutely 36.17, that has to hold. Now, looking at this overall structure, okay, this overall decline, it's not overly clear, but you can certainly get a 5 out of it, and I'll show you what I mean. And just bear with me here. So you have a 1 down, 2 up, maybe a 3 down, 4 up, and then this was our 5th wave low. And I'll have to increase the degree there just a little bit. No, one more than that, say. Sure. Minor. Let's go with minor. Okay, so that's a possibility. And that's overall more bearish, because that means we have a 5 down, then we'll be looking for a 3 up, and then another 5 down. But that still implies that we need further correction here to the upside. And it certainly works. I mean, even within wave 3, you can get 5 in there, and all the subdivisions are there if you look for them. But that's not necessarily the correct labeling either. You could make the case that you have some sort of combination here as well, right? So until we get more clarity on this short-term pattern here that's incomplete, I'm not going to look too hard at the initial decline. Now let's just see at the thinkorswim data here. So, I mean, if you just look at the overall advance from this low here, which isn't displayed on the trading view chart, that data is missing, but it's there. It looks like we have a little 5 up, so maybe a 1, 2, 3, sideways 4, and then 5, make a slight new high. And now we've just been coming down in a corrective move, and right now we're at the 786 retracement, almost on the dot of this overall advance off that low. And this just doesn't look impulsive or trending to the downside. It looks very, very sideways, choppy, just kind of drifting down, not threatening. Whereas these up moves they have these strong trending portions, these little third waves in them. Whereas I'm not seeing that every time we go down here, right? So that's adding confidence to the at least short-term bullish case that I'm making here. And if you just go on the CGC chart, yeah, there's missing data here. It's not very good on the trading view. And you see this should actually have a low below here, but that's missing. And then there's just actual missing bars in here, which shouldn't be because they're there on the other platform. But yeah, it might just be a case where this week's just kind of a write-off and not much happens. But we'll see tomorrow, and then obviously again once US starts trading again Thursday, Friday, maybe we'll get some more volume in here and get some more directional clarity. But right now, yeah, my mental line in the sand here, it's 27.26 for CGC. That's the must-hold level. And for weed, it's 36.17. All right, hopefully that's a good enough update for now. Probably do another video later on when I have some time on the broader market. And it's going to be more of the same. Just commenting on the low volume and the fact that we haven't actually breached any significant price levels despite having a negative day. All right, serial trader signing off.